practice that has become, it's coming out of something very, very refined. So if you notice that in India, alright, culture has already been denoted as something as an art, but also giving some sort of denotation to ensure that, how do we practice this in our lives. So culture is something that's very, very important in our lives first. And let's see what's the relevance of culture in a business as well today. Okay, why is culture so important to the success of any company? All right, especially in India. If you look at any company in India, everybody is extremely happy about the culture of the company, saying that, all right, we have certain values. And now even the world per se is actually recognizing this, finding the need that it's not just enough just to go after, a business or a turnover, but also see what's the culture behind the company. What does the company actually denote? What has India really given across to the world in terms of culture? Let's see. Music, literature, dance, painting, mathematics, metallurgy, astrology, food, spiritualism, trade and commerce, yoga, and of course meditation. All right, hold on. Yeah. I'd like to ponder a little bit on this slide. From the West, we normally think that success is more about, having flashy cars, having a great home, of course, having a lot of money, and seeing how successful you are is to see that, how you've really got across the world in a monetary basis. So this particular aspect was also seeping down into India some time back, but I think over the last decade or so, a lot of culture has certainly come back into the system, and businesses are really realizing that keeping culture in the roots is extremely important in having a sustainable business model. Now let me tell you something. We always think that culture or wealth is only about money. Yeah. So whenever you see, when you think about Lakshmi, you only think about wealth, saying that, all right, what is, how much wealth do I have? But if you really notice that, how did India really flourish? And what was the reason behind India flourishing? All right, the cultural values of flourishing India. This is something that what I want to put across. The models of success in India, they've denoted that Lakshmi is not only about wealth, but did all of us know that there are 8 types of Lakshmis? We normally give only importance to this one, that's Dhana Lakshmi, that's about wealth. But here in India, we realized as a culture that success or being wealthy is just not about having wealth in terms of money or in terms of monetary benefits. The Adi Lakshmi, saying that, whether you're happy, whether whatever that you're doing, whether you're really happy about doing things, whether whatever that you've done till now or what you're going to do, whether you're really happy about it, whether in business, this particular aspect or this idea that what you've taken up, are you happy about it? Is it going to bring happiness to people all around you and to society at large? Next, Dhanya Lakshmi, saying that in a business, it's not important that you just keep on giving your entire team only goals, saying that, okay, how much money are you going to bring back to me? It's important that the work culture, the food that you actually give across in your companies to people are actually healthy as well. So when you look at any business culture or a company, the healthier food that you give your employees, the more healthier they are, the more productive they are. So it's important that you invest a little bit into your employees this way as well. Of course, Virya Lakshmi. Now, Virya Lakshmi is what? It's about, having a little bit about this risk-taking capability. If you look at any entrepreneur or business, right now in India, it's important that we also learn to take a little bit of risk. If you're very complacent saying that, okay, I'm happy with whatever that I have, that's really not going to work in a business. So as a business, it's important to also have a little bit of risk taking. This entrepreneurial spirit is extremely important. Vidya Lakshmi. Okay, you have the entrepreneurial spirit, great to your employees. All right, you have this great vision, you're happy. But if you really do not have the knowledge of business, that's not something that's really going to do good to your business as well. So have the right sort of people in your business, have the right mindset of people, and also people who know, who have subject matter experience. So this is something that's very, very important. And Vijaya Lakshmi, it's important that whatever that you do, you ensure that you do it with an aim of saying that I am going to accomplish it. If you start off with a defeated attitude, you'll never get across anywhere. And of course, Santana Lakshmi is saying that it's how you take care of your people, how you take care of your entire employees, whether you take care of them as children. And also now if you look at the culture that's coming across, it's important that you also give leaves to expecting mothers too. So if you look at it, that all these aspects that what India has to give, it's so deep and it's so relevant also in today's world. Of course, Gaja Lakshmi. If you notice that anything that you do, that an elephant always signifies that can anything stop an elephant? Not at all. So you need to have this confidence in you, saying that whatever that you do, that any obstacle, any challenge that you have, you just go through it like an elephant does. And I'm actually happy to see that the opportunity India, the actual symbol is that of an elephant really flexing its muscles too. So it's important that whatever that we do, any obstacle we come across, like I just saw one of the other panelists speaking, saying that there are sometimes when you come back home defeated, and that's when you really need to pick yourself up, and that's most important, saying that you take every problem as a challenge, and that's just the attitudinal difference as how you see the same situation. And so if you look at it, that India really had so much to contribute to how a person thinks. So if you look at this particular aspect of Lakshmi, it's really so profound and really so deep, and it's something so relevant to a businessman while thinking about wealth. And wealth is not only about how much money do we have, but all these aspects when we attend to as a business conglomerate, we'll see that we'll have a model that's really sustaining. Of course, culture is everything that you do, but it's something that what money can't buy. Some things like a good attitude, good health, caring and sharing. And also it's important that you celebrate with your entire team, with your entire set of employees, with your entire company. It's important that you share. When you share the times when you really need to pick yourself up and go across and achieve something, but once you achieve it, it's important that you also share that particular journey and that particular happiness with your entire team. Now, what are the effects of culture? I normally constitute these things as the ABC. Alright, the ABC of culture is awareness, belongingness, and commitment. Alright, see, it's important. See, when you're there as a part of culture, that, when somebody walks in, and when you need to greet them, whether you sit down and greet them or you stand up and greet them. So all these things really matter in business, saying that what's your body language, the way you talk, what is the way in which that you greet, how do you actually interact with all your fellow employees or another new prospective business client. It's extremely important. And the aspect of belongingness. See, it's not important that you only put it across in terms of words, saying that all right, everything is great, come on, we have a great culture. You also need to realize that you need to feel belongingness towards your own company, and also create the sense of belongingness with your clients, with people who are actually coming across and partnering with you. Because normally what we do is that we normally partner with them on a short-term level, and sometimes this is really not good for both. Then later when the breakage happens, it's something that's not very palatable for both organizations. So a sense of belongingness also would reduce the aspect of any corruption happening, whether it's in a business system or in any system per se. When does corruption arise? When you really do not feel belongingness towards that particular idea or whatever it is that you're doing. So the moment you put across the aspect of belongingness into the equation, things change. And by having awareness and belongingness, you also see that commitment also arises. It's important that in a business organization that you're committed to what your culture is about. So normally if somebody else comes and tells you, all right, no, it's also this way, yes, be open to learning, be open to whatever other people have to say. But in terms of culture, it's something that you straight away say that, all right, this is what that we would like to do. For example, I'd like to actually bring this out to you that in Apple, they actually see that whatever drinks or anything that is served is all natural and that's healthy. Now this is a cultural decision that the company takes, that whatever they give their employees would be healthy in nature. So these are some points that what I felt that we could actually take back. So from the ABC, we also realized that once we implement this ABC in our company or in us as individuals per se, the perception of people, whether it's inside the organization or outside, really changes. So only when you're aware, only when you feel a sense of belongingness and a sense of commitment, you see that your perception becomes so sharp, and you're clear, you're able to make better decisions. Your level of observation changes, saying that people really want to go through every piece of detail, saying that whether this particular contract or this particular project would be helpful for the organization or not. I'm sure that all of us would have actually felt that you've given so much detail to whatever that you do, but when it goes down the level, sometimes some spelling mistakes happen, or some words change that actually change the entire meaning of contracts that what we have to do. So when you have a sense of belongingness, the sense of observation also increases. Why? Because they would like to see that, hey, if something is going wrong, then it's going to affect me as well. And this is very, very important in an organization, that when the sense of belongingness is there from people from top down and also from bottom top, the organization also functions in a much better and a more cohesive manner. Of course, the level of expression, when people are aware, people feel the belongingness, when they observe things, they're also sensitive as to what needs to be said and what not to be said also. Sometimes the way people express themselves to clients or in the businesses per se, we find it a little awkward or a little not appropriate. So when this sort of education also goes to people, we see that even the level of expression also changes in people. Yeah, this is something that Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar ji said. I'm leaving you with 2 slides that what he said that I find extremely relevant to this particular topic. That for a leader to value culture, he needs to be Satyadarshi, Samadarshi, Durdarshi, Pardarshi and Priyadarshi. What is Satyadarshi? You're truthful to whatever you do. Samadarshi, you're equanimous. As a leader, you don't get swayed away when people come and tell you, oh, this person did that, that person did this. So you get swayed, oh, how can he do this? So it's important that when you're a leader, you learn to take the entire story together and see that whatever decision you take, you have the complete story with you. Of course, Durdarsh, you need to be a visionary, you need to be far-sighted, saying that this particular idea, if I were to take, is it going to really help the company, is it going to help lives of people 50 years, 500 years from now? Of course, Pardarshi, you need to be transparent. Whatever that you do, ensure that you bring across the level of transparency in whatever you do. Being transparent really helps. People really want to come and join with you. They really see that the vision is great and the company is good, and when you're transparent, people find it extremely easy to work with you. And of course, Priyadarshi, you're all of this, but if you're not pleasant, you're not welcoming, people really would not want to work with you. So whether it's your own company or whether it's people from outside as well. So it's important to see that these qualities imbibed in our life would really make a difference. Of course, the sign of success in a business, 3 lines. An undying smile is a sign of success. A confidence that cannot be shaken is a sign of success. A fearless attitude in life is a sign of success. So I think that these 3 lines really sum up what it really takes to be a great business leader, and also having culture as a foundation stone in seeing how you could implement your vision going forward. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a real pleasure talking to all of you. I hope all of you enjoyed these slides that were presented to you. Yes. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much indeed, sir. But I do believe that we're also taking the opportunity for the launch of the franchise model of Sri Sri Tattva.
Yes.
So if I may also invite Mr. Sachin Maria to please come on stage, and may I also invite Mr. Tej Kadpatia, who is the CEO of Sri Sri Tattva, to please come on stage.
Can we have the slides up, please? Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome once again. You've been welcomed all morning. A lot of celebration and excitement here. So, Mr. Varchaswi, Mr. Maria, if you may also have a seat, please. We're very happy today to be a part of the Opportunity Summit. To us, as a company, as an organization, Sri Sri Tattva, opportunity has a lot of different facets. And some of you may know, we have been the pioneers in bringing Ayurveda to modern day. It is our passion to continue to ensure that we work tirelessly towards good health and wellness, bring out the old, bring it in new modern formats for today's world. Yeah, we have it up there. So, Sri Sri Tattva as a company has drawn its inspiration from His Holiness Sri Sri Ravi Shankar Ji. Who has always strongly advocated health in many different areas. So, it's merely not just an absence of disease, it's an expression of life. What is our mission here? Our mission here is to revive the ancient science of Ayurveda, to globally ensure its reach, to ensure quality, authentic and effective products, ones that really work, and to create happy customers. So this is something that we take very seriously. It's not about how far we reach and how quickly we reach, but whoever we do reach, we want to ensure that we make a difference to their lives. And that's really the key to what we believe in and the key to our success so far. Our approach is across the value chain of Ayurveda. So you'll see that we have an omni-channel trade. Sri Sri Tattva also has an Ayurveda hospital, a research center, traveling doctors, established retail, and responsible products. So it's our endeavor to also ensure beyond medicine, beyond OTC Ayurveda, to get the value addition into personal care products, into food products, now even into home care products. A lot of new exciting products coming up with enzymes, concern for the individual, concern for the environment in general. Our manufacturing processes are taken very seriously. Our facilities are highly certified. Just some for you to take a glimpse at. Organic certifications, USDA registrations, a number of international certifications as well as domestic certifications to ensure that the end product quality is really assured. So today, as I mentioned earlier, we are in the Ayurveda space, in the food space and the personal care space. There are a lot more exciting verticals coming up as well in terms of apparels, in terms of specific skincare, also fragrances and incense. We'll be happy to share a lot more with you at our stall downstairs. Our presence today, our footprint globally is across the different continents, right from Latin America, North America, Africa, of course India and the Far East as well. Some pictures of our retail presence across the globe. Argentina, we were part of the Brazilian Grand Prix, Nigeria, the Netherlands, Sri Lanka, Tunisia, Japan. One important aspect of why we exist, other than championing Ayurveda, is to ensure that we can be part of a much larger vision, a much larger global initiative. And the Art of Living today exists for that, to uplift mankind, both socially as well as responsibility for the environment, just a glimpse of some of the projects that the Art of Living is a part of. Yeah, so I think the other slides may have run off. So just to tell you a little bit.
Welcome to Sri Sri Tattva and to
So today our decision to actually go out there and take the franchise route is because there is a strong demand for differentiated products. There are a lot of people that are talking about herbals, there are a lot of people that are getting into Ayurveda in general, and it has been our endeavor to ensure that the products that the company does innovate, does research with a lot of stringent guidelines, do not leave behind the wellness of ancient India, the wellness of Ayurveda. So it's our endeavor to ensure that we have different formats of stores strategically across the nation, in metros, in Tier 1, Tier 2 cities as well. Points where a person would get the all-round experience of Ayurveda and FMCG across categories, including daily household products. And we're very excited to come out with this model. We're looking at around 1,000 stores in the next 2 years. And we're sure to go from strength to strength. The company has a lot of investment in terms of R&D and innovation. So a lot new products can be expected also over the next 24 months and beyond. And it's an exciting journey for us. I'll just request a small video, and I'd also request Maria ji and Mr. Varchaswi to unveil
welcome to Sri Sri Tattva and to a world of 300 plus products for good health and wellness. We follow a 360-degree approach towards health and wellness with inspired physicians, rigorous R&D, state-of-the-art manufacturing units, excellent products, strong supply chain, and wellness centers and hospitals. Come and join us as we expand our footprint with our franchisees. Join Sri Sri Tattva for tremendous brand value, different formats to choose from, incredible product margin, and comprehensive brand support. We look forward to partner with you very soon.
So if you can just...
Welcome to Sri Sri
Just small
Tattva.
unveiling of our 3 models. We have a Sri Sri Tattva Mart, a Sri Sri Tattva Wellness Place, and a Sri Sri Tattva Home and Health, ranging from daily household and Ayurveda items. We will also have highly trained Sri Sri Tattva doctors at the larger formats for an Ayurveda and lifestyle consultation. I welcome you all once again to our store and to learn more about our offerings. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much indeed. And can we have a huge round of applause there one more time, ladies and gentlemen? And also for the beautiful thoughts that were shared by our speaker, I'm going to request Mr. Sachin Maria to please present a memento to Shri N. Arvind Varchaswi as well. So if I may please request Mr. Sachin Maria to do the honors. Thank you once again for those radically new perspectives that you've shared with us, sir. And once again, I'm going to request our members of the audience to please feel free to connect with the team as well to take the discussion forward. And on that note, we now march ahead to our next session as well, wherein we talk about credit and alternative lending mechanism. I'm sure this is that time of the day where you're